Imagine boarding a train in New York. You sit down, open your laptop, and before you finish your coffee, you're already arriving in Washington, D.C. No airport security, no traffic jams, no delayed flights. Just a smooth ride at over 200 miles per hour. Sounds normal? It is, if you live in Japan, or China, or even parts of Europe. But in the United States, the world's richest economy, this is still mostly a dream. For decades, America has promised high-speed rail. Billions of dollars have been announced. Politicians have celebrated groundbreaking ceremonies. Yet years later, many projects remain unfinished, delayed, or dramatically over budget. So here's the question. Why can't one of the world's most powerful nations build something that dozens of other countries already have? The answer is far more complicated than you might think. High-speed rail isn't new. Japan launched the first modern bullet train in 1964. France followed with the TGV. Then came Germany, Spain, Italy, South Korea, and eventually China, which built the world's largest high-speed rail network in just a few decades. Today, China operates tens of thousands of kilometers of high-speed tracks, connecting cities that once felt worlds apart. Meanwhile, America, the birthplace of engineering giants, interstate highways, and space exploration, still has no nationwide high-speed rail system. Why? Was it a lack of money, technology, or something much deeper? To understand the answer, we need to go back in time. In the early 1900s, America actually had one of the largest rail networks on Earth. Passenger trains connected cities across the country. Railroads were the backbone of transportation. Then, everything changed. After World War II, the federal government invested billions into a completely different idea: the interstate highway system. Thousands of miles of highways stretched across the nation. Owning a car became a symbol of freedom. Suburbs expanded. Cities spread farther apart. Families moved away from downtown areas. Businesses followed. Soon, almost every trip depended on a car. At the same time, commercial aviation exploded. Flying became cheaper. Airports expanded rapidly. For long-distance travel, people stopped choosing trains. They chose planes. Within just a few decades, passenger rail lost its dominance. While countries like Japan doubled down on modern rail technology, America doubled down on highways and airports. That single decision would shape transportation for generations, and reversing it would prove incredibly difficult. Suppose the US decided today, we're building a brand new bullet train. Simple? Not even close. Unlike ordinary rail, high-speed trains require almost perfectly straight tracks. Sharp curves reduce speed. Steep hills increase construction costs. That means engineers need enormous stretches of land. But here's the challenge. Much of that land is already owned by homeowners, farmers, businesses, state governments, private companies. Acquiring every piece of land can take years, sometimes decades. Even after land is identified, legal battles often begin. Residents may oppose the project. Environmental groups may demand additional studies. Local governments may require redesigns. Every delay adds millions, sometimes billions, to the final cost. And while construction waits, inflation quietly makes everything even more expensive. Suddenly, a project expected to cost $20 billion can become a $40 billion project before the first train ever leaves the station. If money alone could solve the problem, America would already have the world's best high-speed rail network. After all, the United States spends hundreds of billions of dollars every year on infrastructure. So why does every rail project seem to cost far more than expected? The answer lies in something almost invisible: the cost of building. Constructing high-speed rail isn't just about laying tracks. Every mile requires bridges, tunnels, electrical systems, drainage, signaling equipment, communication networks, safety barriers, stations, and maintenance facilities. Then there are labor costs. American construction workers are among the highest paid in the world, reflecting both skill and higher living costs. Specialized engineers, environmental consultants, architects, and legal teams all become part of the project. Materials don't stay the same price either. Steel, concrete, copper, fuel, their costs can rise dramatically over a project that lasts many years. Even small delays can trigger a chain reaction. A 6-month delay today can mean hundreds of millions of dollars in extra costs tomorrow. And unlike countries where one agency controls most of the process, American projects often involve dozens of contractors and multiple levels of government. Each contract, each review, each redesign adds time. And time is money. No project shows these challenges more clearly than California. For years, the vision sounded revolutionary. A high-speed train connecting Los Angeles and San Francisco. Travel times of under 3 hours, cleaner transportation, less highway traffic, and an alternative to crowded airports. Supporters believed it would transform travel across the state. Construction began with enormous optimism, but reality proved far more complicated. Land acquisition took longer than expected. Environmental reviews delayed progress. Designs changed. Costs increased. Construction became more complex. As the years passed, the estimated budget climbed dramatically. Critics questioned whether the project would ever be completed. Supporters argued that large infrastructure projects almost always face setbacks, and that the long-term benefits would outweigh today's difficulties. Today, the project remains one of the most debated transportation investments in American history. To some, it's proof that America still dreams big. To others, it's a warning about how difficult those dreams are to build. But even if America solved every political problem and somehow found unlimited funding, one major question would still remain. Would enough people actually ride high-speed trains? The answer may explain why the future of American transportation looks very different from the rest of the world. California's high-speed rail project isn't just about trains. It's a story of ambition meeting reality. A reminder that building world-class infrastructure isn't only about money or technology. It's about planning, coordination, political stability, and long-term commitment. For decades, America has led the world in innovation. Yet when it comes to high-speed rail, the journey has been far more difficult than anyone expected. So the question remains, will the United States eventually build the modern rail network it has envisioned for years? Or will high-speed rail remain one of America's greatest unfinished ambitions? Only time will tell. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to subscribe to Dark Atlas for more deep dives into history, geopolitics, engineering, and the world's biggest mysteries. Thanks for watching.